Hey guys, it's Ray Davis with 6th Sense Media. I wanted to share with you an article that I came across the other day, and I'll put the link down in the video below here. But there was an article in the Military Times about a survey they did of military personnel. And they had done this survey a year ago and asked the exact same question. And the question was, what are the chances that the United States will be drawn into a major conflict in the next year? And last year, in 2017, the response was about 10% of those in the poll suggested that the United States might be drawn into a military conflict, a major military conflict in the next year. This year, the results came back and 45% of military respondents in the poll indicated that they thought there was a chance the United States would be drawn into a major military conflict in the next year. Even those taking the poll were surprised at the results of this. And they're doing some more research to kind of find out where that information is coming from. Is this based on things people are actually seeing and hearing, or, what's the reason for such a jump? I think the interesting thing about this, of course, is that we've been seeing a lot of push in the media and social media. I think with some of the bannings that we've seen, there seems to be a focus on people who are against war, speak up against war, things like that. And now we have this poll from the Military Times saying that people in the military are more convinced, at least much more convinced than they were a year ago, that we're going to be dealing with a major conflict in the next year. I think as seekers, we need to kind of think about the fact that, the mindset of all of us really impacts the outcome that we're going to get. And if there are a lot of people thinking we're going to be at war, we probably are going to find a way to create it. We need to be having mindsets that think about peace. So this is actually a really concerning piece of information that so many people in the military believe that we are on the brink of a major conflict. They did a little more digging on the actual research. They found that 71% of respondents thought that Russia was the primary adversary we needed to be worried about. 69% thought China. There was a pretty large percentage that still thought North Korea, although that had gone down quite a bit from the year before. And of course, Iran also was another adversary that was mentioned. So I just thought this was an interesting piece of information. It's something we really need to think about, something we need to make sure that we are not manifesting, even though it does appear that the establishment is really trying to prepare us for another war. And I should remind everybody in the conspiracy realm that nothing less than a 4-star general, General Wesley Clark, publicly stated on a couple of occasions back in the 2007-2008 timeframe that the United States had a list of 7 countries that it was planning to go after 9/11. And that actually that list had been created even before 9/11. And Iran was the kind of the kingpin on that list. And the other countries you might be aware of was Iraq, Somalia, Sudan, Libya, Syria, and I think you would see that we've already kind of gone after a lot of those other countries on that list, and Iran was kind of the kingpin. I think this is something to take notice of, something we need to pay attention to, because there are a lot of people in the military right now who think we are headed towards a major conflict. Those of us out here who are not in the military, who should have control over the politicians who make these decisions, need to make it clear to them that we are not interested in more wars, just for the sake of more wars. We're not interested in more wars just to pump up the military-industrial complex. And, those in uniform have to say yes, sir, when they're told to do something. But they rely on all of us out here in the public to make sure they're saying yes, sir, to the right things. This is Ray Davis with 6th Sense Media. I hope you'll give that some thought. Check out the article below, and everybody have a great day. I will talk to you again soon.